We join the super legit crew before the show as we talk about the perils of living in Los Angeles' K-Town.
I used to live there, and parts of it are definitely hard. So.
Yeah, no, basically the two things it's useful for are bad parking and noise.
Yeah.
So
yep.
yeah. I can't. I considered moving there at one time, and I'm very happy I managed to not make that happen. Yeah. It's like I could never have guests ever.
Imagine if I had to drive to Koreatown to take you to the emergency room in Sherman Oaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to think I would have been smart enough to pick an ER closer to K-Town, but still, yeah.
Yeah, I would have been like, Jett, let me take you to anywhere. No, I got to go to this one in Sherman Oaks, man. Yeah, but it's known for its burn stuff. You think you have a head problem? Nah, man. It's only that place.
It's this little family-owned emergency room. It's like,
yeah. It's a hole in the wall.
Mom and pop.
Yeah. Hole in the wall emergency room, but they have the best bandages.
Yeah.
They're homemade.
Oh, you go there,
fantastic.
you'll never go back to a big corporate hospital.
Yes. Literally, you may not make it out.
You keep saying you're the patron of the arts. How about the patron of the medics?
It's the Super Legit Podcast, everyone. I am your host, Jarrett Lennon Kaufman. Yes.
Jeez. Nothing.
Did you expect a change in the roster there, Josh Spence?
No, I guess not.
All right. Okay. That fuddy-duddy is Josh Spence, everyone.
Hi.
We also have our regular Chris Compton.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. It's one of those episodes. I get it. I don't know what to expect here, but here's our co-host, Michael Heiman.
I apologize, Jett, for how shitty those guys are, and that I have to keep this bit going.
And I apologize to you, Michael Heiman, for having to help me keep this ship upright.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Is that what we do with ships, is we keep them upright?
No,
I lost the metaphor halfway through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, who's our guest, Michael Heiman?
Well, Jett, our guest tonight is Amy Berry. Amy Berry is a writer and performer based in Los Angeles. You may have seen her on Epic Rap Battles of History on YouTube and now on Freevee, or possibly on Back Alley Racket Club Presents Teacher's Lounge. You can definitely hear her on a rival podcast, Original Understudies, with the dastardly James Heaney. We just want to congratulate Amy for making it to the greener side of the grass and joining us here now on the Super Legit Podcast. Welcome, Amy.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I was promised that there was some kind of potential to audition for a hosting position, so that's why.
Yes! This is my favorite guest.
Josh.
She's going for the throne. Let's do it.
The constant undermining. Oh my God.
Just fucking throw her the question.
No pressure or anything, but
No pressure.
it just.
We'll revisit this at the end of the episode, and we'll assess how you did, Amy.
Fuck this. She's in the cast. Welcome aboard, Amy. I'm so happy.
So, Michael, what's our big question for this week's episode? I ask as you take a swig of water.
Well, Jett, this week's question comes from listener Argo Leachman, and the question is, what's your favorite story playing hooky?
Ooh.
Now, can we define what hooky is, per se?
No, Josh, not at all. Amy, do you want to answer the question first?
I have got a great hooky story.
I'm glad you do.
So I didn't drink in high school because I got an underage drinking ticket when I was 15 years old.
What?
And so and
you took that ticket really seriously.
I did. I was it was a small town, and I was like a captain of the soccer team, and I was like, you can't. It was a shame to everybody that I got. So I was like, I can't. But
so that worked.
Real quick, where are you from originally?
La Crescent, Minnesota, a tiny town of 4,500 people.
Oh, snap.
And our senior skip day, though, I decided to skip and drink,
Ooh.
and I did, and the cops showed up.
And
Same
cop?
It probably was. It probably was.
Small town, yeah. Odds are.
Yes. And he was like the
weren't
biggest
many.
partier in our. He was like the biggest partier in our school years
Well, yeah,
before.
of
so
course,
that
sure,
was
that
like
works,
the partier to cop pipeline.
Yes.
But and we were partying out in this field because that's what you do. And I was like, I can't get busted. I'm so close to being done. And I took off and ran into this field, and I got clotheslined.
Oh,
I got clotheslined by a barbed wire fence,
Oh.
and it ripped my pants open.
Oh shit!
And I was bleeding.
Oh my God.
And then eventually we got word though that actually it wasn't the cops, it was the juniors going by with they had a deer light on the top of their car to pretend that they were the cops.
wow.
And so I had to run. I had to hang out the rest of the night with bloody pants.
Oh, man.
And yeah, that's that.
And you've then created the reputation that in a moment of danger, you can be counted on to sprint away at top speed.
To panic, to absolutely panic, and
Oh man, that is.
And that's your favorite story.
That's an awesome story.
They're downhill from here.
Super.
Now, like, listen, Mr. Keith, I know today's supposed to be like senior skip day, and like everybody knows that it's a thing. But look, I like you guys. You teachers are like my friends. I'm okay to stay here and hang out with you guys in the teachers' lounge. I think it's the more adult move to hang out with all these teachers than to go skipping out. You know what I mean? Don't you know?
Look, you don't have to do this. You're not impressing
Yeah.
us. Look, why don't you go? You go. We'll just have a day off for ourselves.
Yeah.
Do you think
it's-
students invented the idea of senior skip day? Do you think you
You're
guys are
already-
that creative? Trust me, I've seen you and your parents. You're not. We invented this to have one goddamn moment of peace in our poorly paid lives.
Oh, Mr. Keith, look what I brought for senior skip day. Some vodka. We can have. What is he doing here?
Oh, hey, wow.
Oh, my
you know, according to Section D in the hall code section, no actual liquids over a quarter of an ounce are supposed to be here. So regardless of that being alcohol, guys, alcohol. Didn't we all take a dare pledge? It's
Yeah, we
over
made a
the
mistake. We made a mistake with this hall monitor thing at this point. Listen,
We really didn't expect anyone to read that.
Richie, you are
I'm gonna have to make a
already.
citizen.
You
I'm
are
gonna have to make a
straight.
citizen's arrest.
You are a straight A student. You are on. Valedictorian is already a lot. I mean, I don't know how it is you managed to come here more
Mrs.
days
Summers,
than there
under
are
the
school days.
Constitution of
Oh my God.
of Prince Rogers Nelson High School.
Yeah.
I hereby place you under arrest. Please hand over the vodka and turn yourself in.
You know how
right,
you know how
can-
they say
can you-
prom is the best night of your life?
Yeah.
In this town, that
No.
is correct. Every
Okay.
moment after high school is exactly one step worse than the last. Going
I can
every
attest.
single
Yeah.
moment, it is downhill. It's not that high school is good. It's that everything after
God,
it is
no.
an
Oh, God, no.
deeper well of misery.
Despair, self-loathing.
Look, we get it. You got the thesaurus. Is it
I
English
gotta do
teacher?
something right now. I gotta do something right now with my time because somebody's a buzzkill right now and won't skip.
Well, look, I'm not going to skip, but I'm going to have to report this to the authorities. So I'm going to be back in 37 minutes with the cops. Please keep her here detained, okay? Because she needs. I'll be back in 37 minutes, okay?
I can't have this happen. This happened to me
It's-
5 years ago, and I
it's
I could
fine.
never.
As soon as he leaves, we put the school on lockdown,
Look,
and the cops don't show up anyway.
let's drink half the
Okay.
bottle and put the rest in his locker.
Okay.
Legit,
Dark.
but honest.
Yep, that's it right there.
I literally taught active shooter training today.
Whoa! Can we go into that?
us more.
This is a great question about Hooky. I'm sure we all have a story, but dude, yeah,
No,
what happened?
yeah.
No, I mean, it's just summer camp training,
Right.
emergency procedures. It's just that's
What a world.
Now, was this
Yeah.
teaching it to the camp staff, or was this teaching
Yeah,
it to? Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, so we had our new staff today, and we went over emergency procedures, and it's like, and the funny thing is, like, you know, we did a thing last week, and it was like fun. We had games and did stuff, and like we wanted to see them on their feet and how they acted.
Cool.
And then we're like looking at today, and we're like, sexual harassment, mandated reporting, talking to parents, emergency procedures. Okay, this is gonna be a dry day. Got it. And I like, and someone, one of the other directors, like, Michael, you've got to inspire them today. You gotta. I want before we start talk to them. I'm like, okay, I'll talk to them. And I was like, and I started talking, I'm like, this is inspiring, but it's just like, I'm leveling with them, like, hey, this is preparation today. It's going to be fun when you're there. This is preparation. And this is a phrase that I remember. This is funny. I went to a conference, a camp conference, the National Camp Conference in 2020 in San Diego. In 2020, in February of 2020, the National Conference. And one of the big takeaways I got was they're like, when something happens, not if something happens. When something happens. Because when you say if, your brain is tricking itself into saying, well, it's not going to happen. I don't really have to worry. When something happens, you're prepared because you know that you're going to need this. And then at that last lunch at the end of that conference, they're like, all right, everyone, this has been a wonderful national conference. We can't wait to invite you all this October 2020 to Beijing, China for the Worldwide Camp Conference. This is February 15th, 2020. We're all whispering to each other in hushed tones like, I don't think that's going to happen.
Nope.
A month later, everything
we
shuts
knew a
down
lot
here.
then already. Yes, that's right.
I forgot literally everything else I learned at that conference. Every session I went to except for when something happens. And so I talked to them to preface their day today with that. And then we got to emergency procedures, and we're talking, and it's funny because, like, literally we had a major incident during a gymnastics class today, and we're talking about major incident reports.
Oh, wow.
Literally, it's like, now here we are, an active shooter. Well, guess what? 10 years ago, the first day of camp, we had an active shooter threat. So this is not hypothetical for you. This is when this happened. And that was 10 years ago. We weren't having mass shootings every single day like we are now.
Just
Thankfully,
every other day.
there wasn't a
At
mass
your
shooting
camp?
at Valley. There wasn't. Thankfully, there wasn't 10 years ago. It was just a non-credible threat. Actually, some student just faked a threat because they didn't want to take a final.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's an update to the pulling the fire alarm.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, today active shooter training.
Super.
So, Mike, I just want to say thanks for giving me and Jett summer camp jobs to just kind of get some extra income.
Oh, dude,
for
I'm so
the
excited you guys are gonna be here. It's so much
And,
fun.
and,
I mean,
and a sense of purpose, because God,
Yeah.
was I missing that.
yeah.
So, like,
just
you know,
don't be weird when I'm your boss. You know that I'm. Gonna,
No. As a matter of
I
fact,
mean, I
wanted
don't
to
call
help.
myself a boss anyway, so like, we work together.
Yeah, I mean, you're not my boss, so I'm not worried about that.
I mean, I kind of needed the sense of leadership from you, so I was kind of hoping you would be a boss to me, because I'm lost.
you know,
Okay.
and
In general,
ever since,
like not
Ooh,
just
that's
here.
a good point, Jett. Ever since
Yeah.
my dad died last October, I've been really looking for a boss figure
Yeah.
to kind of give me. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What I was thinking about was I was really compelled by that active shooter seminar you were giving, and I figured to make me and Jett feel more like leaders and like co-bosses with you, even though we just got here,
Or even like I
thought
just belong here, honestly. But go on,
Right.
sorry.
I feel the same way. I can't wait till we do the seminar for like when the Avengers assemble and how we do leadership roles and who gets to talk to the Hulk and how that works.
And
out.
like I don't
So-
even need to be a full-on Avenger. Like I can be like a Phil Coulson on the side, just like supporting move. Like I don't even need to be
I
up
wanna
in
be
there
an
or
agent of
anything.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Just
too.
as
How
long
do
as
I
I'm
sign up for
useful.
that?
I just need to be useful. That's all I care about.
Well, guys, it's your
Jett
first
Kaufman,
day. I mean,
agent
like,
of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, Ooh,
you're not really.
Wow.
I don't think you're a Phil Coulson yet. I mean, you'd be lucky if you're
You're
guy
right.
playing Galaga at his computer at this
Oh,
point.
fuck
No,
you.
you're
No,
right, you're
Jett,
right.
Jett,
Well,
you are
yeah.
a Phil Coulson. You are definitely
I
a
can be the
middle-aged man
Danny-
with balding
the
hair
Danny
who looks
Pudi
good
in the
in a suit.
background. Yeah, that's
You're
fine.
100%.
Yeah. The Danny
Okay.
Pudi. You're there.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Cool.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
Whatever it is, I'll take it. Okay. All right. And I'm sorry. I don't mean to derail things. I feel bad that I
Right,
already
yeah.
have, that I've already taken way more attention than I deserve.
Yeah, I mean, your kids are waiting for you to, go and greet them and check them in. So
Oh God. Am I responsible for them for staying alive and stuff? Because I can barely keep myself functioning as an adult.
Jett, they can breathe on their own.
Okay, good. Okay,
Why are
all
we
right,
talking?
that takes some pressure off.
Can we get back to the thing that I wanted to talk about?
Sure,
Between
sorry,
me and
I'm
Jett,
sorry.
who gets to hold the Infinity Stones, Michael? It's me, right? You can trust me with that. When we're at the planetarium, I should be the one being able to hold the Space Stone.
Yeah. You know what, Josh? Yes.
I don't believe now.
Is this-
now? I know.
Is
what
this
that,
metaphor, or are there actual Infinity Stones involved in the camp?
Wake up, Jett. This is real stuff we're talking about here. Okay. God.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I clearly did sleep through a lot of this. I'm catching up now. Okay.
Didn't you watch all 28 films? This is a documentary we're talking about.
Of course I did. I had nothing else to do with my time.
Amateur.
Josh, listen. I'm gonna hand you
Yes.
your group's clipboard. You and Jett, you share this clipboard. I'll hand you the clipboard. You can hold that.
You can hold it. That's fine.
Are you saying
drop
like
it.
I'm a subdivision leader of the Avengers? Like I can. I'm Alpha Team. I call Alpha Team. Alpha Team.
You know
We're
what?
Alpha Team.
That's an awesome group name.
Alpha
and I think your campers will be
Team.
super excited if you're like, campers, we're Alpha Team. That's a really cool group name.
I
that
feel
you
like
can
at
use.
best,
Ooh.
That'll
at
get
best
them
maybe I
excited.
could get away with Delta Team. And maybe that's aiming too high, honestly.
I mean, that's cool. Like
Gamma?
group cohesion. Like coordination. That's really fun. I think they'll be all about that, Jett. I think that's cool.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Well, cool. All right. So now that we have our teams
I had a good idea.
divided,
Yeah.
we still need to talk about Hulk protocol in case that happens because somebody needs to be in charge of that.
Well-
but can I trade? Can I trade Phil for Karen because I already have one Hulk, but I need someone who's good with the mind stuff. Mind stuff.
Listen,
Counselor Josh, yeah, I too think.
What's up, Hulk, buddy?
Counselor Hulk, I think Alpha Team's a great name too, but Maria accidentally ate a peanut and she's gone into anaphylactic shock, and she's in the infirmary, which is currently on fire, and we can't be too loud about it because there is an active shooter making their way through the camp. So we just need to quiet down. And is there anything you can do?
Are you giving me orders right now? You're not the boss. I'm the guy in charge.
No, you are the guy in charge. That's
I'm
why you're
Alpha
standing
Captain.
up. We're all here under the desk because of
I
the
feel you're
earthquake.
Don't mind me. I don't want to get in the way or anything. I'm just carrying the fire extinguisher over here. I'm just going to leave this here for who anybody wants to use that to put out the fire. I happen to find this EpiPen just lying on the ground somewhere, so I'm just going to drop that off here if in case that's needed.
Could you,
Yeah.
I mean, she's
also
literally like 3 yards away.
Jett, handle this. We're
Like,
waiting.
it's still
for something.
I also
digit.
tripped this. I tripped this. There was a button. I didn't know what it did. I flipped it, and all the security doors came down. So the active shooter's trapped in a room right now.
Someone stab
Oh,
me.
let me just kick this over in your direction.
You said you were going to drop it, but you're still holding on to the EpiPen. No one else could even take it and then go do the job for you. If you could just give
Okay.
us the EpiPen. Please, just...
But which of you? Which one of you should I give the?
So
I don't want
if
to
you're
be
gonna hand
too
it to someone,
presumptuous
me.
about where this
If you're going
belongs
to
to.
inject it in someone, Maria.
Hyman, help me out here, man. I know I signed up to be alpha leader here, but I think you just gave me a bunch.
Josh, you're fired.
You know what? I don't have time for this. You have Lisa over there who's being a prima donna anyways. Ooh, I can't eat peanuts. Ooh, I'm going to die. Someone stabbed me.
Jeez.
I don't need this. Maria, whatever her name is, I don't care.
She had a severe allergic reaction to eating a peanut.
I thought she was hulking up. That's what we signed up for.
Listen, Josh, call your mom to pick you up. You're going home.
I'm taking these orange slices with me.
Does this mean that I become de facto leader of the Alpha team?
Yes.
Oh, the
Jett,
plot thickens.
you're
I
he-
see what's going on.
God.
You're head counselor
God.
for Alpha Team now and Delta
Not
Team.
anymore. It's me, Maria. I came back from my peanut allergy stronger than ever.
Maria!
I've literally never seen this before, ever.
Hulk protocols, I fucking told you.
Josh, you're still fucking fired. I think Maria, I'm going to have a different kind of phone call with Maria's mother.
Legit.
Legit.
Oh, I did want to hear that phone call.
We cut back to that phone call.
Hi, Mrs. Johnson. Maria's great. She's having a great time. She's fine. We just had a little incident. She swallowed a peanut. I know she's super
What kind of
allergic.
incident? What kind of incident?
She swallowed a peanut, and I know that's a big bad because she's super allergic. And we had the EpiPen ready. And
How on earth did you let my daughter swallow a peanut? I'm getting Mama Hulk on you, okay now?
Okay, I can see it's a genetic predisposition. Have you had peanuts today, Mrs. Johnson?
No, but I once had one a long time ago, and ever since then, I've never been the same, quite frankly.
Well, so I think you know what I'm going to say next. That
I have a feeling.
we didn't get to the EpiPen in time.
Of course.
And she's now hulked out.
Sorry about that.
It was only a matter of time before this happened.
But she is literally carrying the group from location to location and using them as balls in a game of dodgeball.
Yeah, well, there are benefits to this situation. I'm one of the strongest nurses at the clinic now, so they'll often have me carry patients around when we run out of gurneys, so...
I bet you save labor and orderlies, too.
I definitely do. So I'm wondering what the problem here is. Do you have a problem with my daughter and her new situation?
Oh, I don't have a problem. It's just standard procedure to call with a major incident, and an allergic reaction is one of those. So I just, I would just give you a call, let you know what happened. As a courtesy, just following the Hulk protocols here.
Well, I appreciate your responsibility, and if any real problems happen, like say she loses her special powers, you'll be sure to get back to me.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
Are there any symptoms I should be looking out for in that kind of scenario?
Well, yeah, if she has another peanut, she'll probably lose her voice.
Okay.
And turn back into the small, dainty woman that she once was.
All right, everyone, I've got your PB&Js ready for you.
We are still operating under the assumption she's allergic to peanuts, so we'll try and make sure she doesn't have more peanuts.
PB&Js for everyone.
Jett, no!
Legit.
Jett and Michael will reappear the next Marvel film.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Oh man. I obviously have a good hooky story, but I don't want to jump the line. Who else has
No.
one?
Oh,
No, I wanna
You
hear
have
yours.
a good one, but how do you have a good one if you don't know what hooky means?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, no. See, the reason I wanted to ask about that is is hooky being
From
that
anything.
Okay, but the thing that you're playing hooky from,
Mm-hmm.
they can't know that you're playing hooky, right?
I think that's generally an expected part of it. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
they can
well, then
probably
I'm gonna
assume.
Then I'm going to tell one quick side story in lieu to the bigger story I'll get to later. I was working at a crappy sporting goods store where everybody knew I was the biggest Foo Fighters fan, and everybody knew that they were playing a secret Foo Fighters show at Palladino's bar on Reseda and Irwin.
Oh, yeah,
and everyone was like, "You should." Yeah, I love that place. And they're like, "You should leave." And I was like, "I'm gonna fucking leave this shift early." My boss was like, "Hey, if you leave this shift early, I'm gonna have to fire you." And I said, "Okay, it was nice working with you." And I quit that job and went to the show, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever fucking made. So great. I was like the third to last person to get in. Fantastic. The best
And I'm gonna interrupt real quick to promote something beautiful that Josh wrote an amazing obituary for Taylor Hawkins that goes much more into depth into that specific story. There's a lot more details to that story that are really personal.
Yeah,
And we recorded that for the podcast a while ago. I think if you search through our feed for, I think we can name the episode Times Like These.
Yeah.
And I really recommend it. It's a beautiful story Josh tells about his personal experience with Taylor Hawkins, which relates to that. So,
Thanks, dude.
yeah.
That was nice. The other time I played hooky, my dad wasn't working. He was unemployed at the time, and obviously he was going through some type of depression. So he generally hung out in his room most of the time, and I had the type of my dad kind of raised me to like where I raised myself. So he was like, "Oh, here, if you need something, here's money. Go get it." He would let me do my own thing. So like I didn't want to go to school one time, and I was just like, "Hey, I'm not feeling good. I'm going to stay home today." And he was like, Yeah, stay home. That seems like the good I'd call. So I just stayed home, relaxed. He came in. You feeling all right? He knew I was full of shit. You feeling good? Oh, yeah, I think I have a scratchy throat or ear or whatever. He's like, all right, cool, man.
I picture you saying it like that.
Yeah.
Right? Does his thing. He comes in later, like an hour later. You still not feeling good? I was like, yeah, my neck is whatever. He's like, all right, cool, man. And then like an hour later, he was like, hey, are you still lying, or can we like go to fucking Tommy's and get some chili burgers now? I was like, what? He was like, I've been fucking waiting, dude. Like, let's go. We fucking hopped in the van, drove to Tommy's, had lunch, saw a movie, played some miniature golf, came back home, fucking ordered pizza. It was one of the best days I've ever spent with the old man. It was, but just, yeah, it was like one of the few times like we saw each other on even ground, and he was just like, are we done fucking, like, come on, let's hang out. Let's have some fun. And we had the best time. It was so great.
Super.
Hey, baby, how's my little man doing? Are you feeling better? Are you? Come on, talk to mommy here. Talk to mommy here. I know you're... I know you said your leg fell off, and I just want to make sure that you're doing all right. Okay, all right. You don't have to talk to your mother. All right, I can just wait out here. I can give you space.
No, my leg's better now.
It's better?
Better. It's back on.
You managed to reattach it?
Yeah, I managed
Okay.
to reattach it, but now I have another problem.
Oh, tell your mama what it is. Oh, poor baby.
Yeah. Now it's my nose. It appeared. It's turned colors.
Oh wow, what colors?
The color of the wall in here.
Oh,
It's turning white, very white.
It's
and
turning
it's
white.
Also, it's falling off as well. It's falling off as well.
Oh, that's a You know that runs in the family.
Yeah.
That's an old condition. It's genetic.
I'm sure.
Well,
So,
you
I'm
know
gonna
what's
be in here for a while.
well. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop off some chicken soup here and some French fries. All right.
French fries?
French fries. That's right.
Okay. I'm just gonna reach my hand out and get him. If you
you
could
go.
look away.
Okay.
so that
Oh,
you're
yeah,
not
no, I
scared by
would-
the fact that my nose is falling off.
No, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to see something like that.
No,
Absolutely
you wouldn't want
not.
to see it. You wouldn't want to see
Yeah.
it. Are you not? You're not looking?
I'm not looking. I promise you, sweetheart. I wouldn't do that to you.
Oh, these fries are pretty good.
Yeah, they're straight out of the air fryer.
I'd probably
sweet
enjoy
potato
them much
fries.
more if I wasn't missing my nose.
Oh, right, because that's you can't really taste
can't
without a
taste
sense
it.
of smell. Yeah,
That is
it's all
correct.
texture.
Hun, have you had the talk with our little girl yet about her turning into a Sasquatch? You haven't.
I talked to her
You
about
haven't.
some of the certain predetermined genetic dispositions of our family. I haven't.
Her
been
leg is falling
specific.
off and she doesn't know why. That's a clear symptom of
I know.
Sasquatchism. I went through it. You went through it. It's in our bloodline. It's what brought us together.
I don't want to scare her right now, all right? The leg merely falling off isn't half as scary as finding out that she's going to be running naked through the woods in blurry photographs.
Look, she's watching Harry and the Hendersons now and thinking, what a wonderful use of practical makeup. And then she's going to realize that that is actually our uncle.
And that's good. But do you realize that that's the kind of positive representation we want to give her? We want to give her the slow burn on seeing Sasquatches as something good without scaring her.
All right, I'll let you handle this.
Look, we got your dailies back, and he's out of focus again. Like, literally half of this film is like, who is your cameraman? Like, this is a union shoot, right?
Look, our cameraman, he likes to do the run and gun thing. Okay, it's we can't afford steady cams, so it's a shaky cam, and we're going for the found footage thing.
We're not asking for great cinematography here. This is the
good,
This is
good, 'cause
the
you're not gonna get that.
absolute basic. Right? This is.
I agree.
This is like if the sound guy kept forgetting to turn the mic on. All right.
He did keep forgetting to do that. We had to loop in a lot of stuff.
I knew I should have turned the sound up on these dailies. Okay, look, guys, this is Harry and the Hendersons is 20th Century Fox's tentpole movie. We have spent
Which is scary when you think about it.
$250 million on this film in the year that we all know we're in, which we all can agree is sometime in the late 1980s or early 1990s, or as we would call it,
bankrupt
the
an entire
present.
country.
Can we just say how hot John Lithgow looks?
Oh yeah, no, that is a sexy man. John
I'm
Lithgow
sorry.
is a
I'm sorry
sexy
to
man.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
I
but-
shouldn't say that, but again, we are in the 80s, so I'm still kind of allowed to say
Or
that.
early 90s, one of the two.
But also,
the one that
kind of
we
not
both
allowed to
agree-
say it
yeah.
because we're still in the gay panic thing too. It's complicated. Anyway, I'll let you speak.
Quick question, since both of you are here. I'm holding this boom, and there's one switch where it's a line, and another switch where it's a 0 or an O. Which one should it be on? I don't.
See, that always confuses me because one represents a 0 and one represents a 1.
Right.
But on the other hand, it's binary. A 0 means the circuit's going through it, so that kind of means that the electricity is flowing. I've never known. Usually I just toggle it on and off a few times and listen for clicks.
Guys, I am a studio executive. That means that I have been scientifically confirmed to know absolutely nothing about how movies are made. And even I know that now it's on.
Cut back. Okay, so I see what you're talking about. I don't know how it's relevant to our daughter per se. So I'm gonna let you keep handling this situation. But Gwyneth, the one thing I ask is that you handle it, please.
All right, Chester. I've got this. I've got this. You know, she'll be fine. I'm gonna go check in on her.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, baby. Knock, knock, knock. How you doing? How you feeling?
Things are getting weird in here.
Oh, I'm sure they're not that weird.
There's
You can tell
hair.
Mama.
There's hair coming out of parts of my body.
Oh,
that are,
that's normal.
Oh,
That's normal for a girl or a boy of your age.
but in other parts of my body, and also that's happening at the same time too. I'm growing little, I think maybe furry nubbins on my chest. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Oh, okay. All
There's
right.
sort of hair coming from, well, even my face. Quite frankly, my hands. Well, actually, my hands are they're just getting rough and sort of calloused looking.
You are developing earlier than I would have expected.
Do you think that means the boys are gonna like me more?
Certain
I've always heard
certain
that.
types will. Definitely the kinds who like to hang out in the woods with cameras will love you. Give me a moment, sweetheart. I'm gonna go check in with your father real quick here.
Okay, I'll just hang out here getting hairy.
Oh God, it's happening faster than we expected. Do you want to talk to her? Do you want to talk? I mean, this mostly comes from your side of the family.
Oh, my side of the family. Where did we meet? We met in the middle of a forest.
We did, but
Right?
have I ever
I was
turned?
running. Who caught who on a clothesline? By the way, the moon, when it hit your hairy chest, when I found you in that clothesline, it's burned in my brain forever. I will never forget that. Enchanting.
That moment is one of my favorites. I think about it all the time, and it just makes me want to. Oh, no time for that right now. No
All right,
time
well,
for
yeah,
that right
you're
now.
right, you're right. I'm sorry.
Chester.
We'll
we
have
have
our
to focus on our daughter.
We'll have our scheduled fun time later. Yes, I'll go talk to her.
All right.
How you doing in there, kiddo? You doing fine?
Yeah, I have an inexplicable urge to jump out of the window and go run through the woods, completely naked and
right?
try to get clotheslined by a regular human man.
God, I've been clotheslined by a human man.
Uh,
That's beside the point. No, wait. I brought you some magazines. It's magazines of blurry guys running through the woods. That sounds weird too. Just take a look at this and tell me how you feel about it. No judgment either way. I'm here for you. I always love you. Just take a look.
Yeah. Sasquatch Monthly.
Oh my God, Gwyneth, I handled that so poorly. I mentioned about how much I like running through guys.
Oh my God, why? Why would you say that? You didn't give her the magazines,
Part of
did
me
you?
likes running through guys. You knew that when you met me.
You talked about You better not have given her the magazines. She's way too young for those.
The magazines that my dad gave me when I was a little squatch, she now has in her possession.
And do you not think that you're kind of a bit of a screwed up person now? Do you
I
really
I'm a
think you turned out all
fabulous
right?
person. I use
Oh
the
my
word
God.
fantabulous to show
The
how
mere fact that
fantabulous
you
I
think
am.
you're fantabulous is a sign that things did not go right. Listen, let's do this as a team. Okay.
As
All
okay,
right.
as a team.
I'll give you
Nope. As a
Nope.
team.
Team?
One, two.
Okay.
One, two,
Teamwork?
three. As a team.
as a team. Hey, baby, can you come out here? Can you come out of your room? Listen, we won't look if you're not comfortable. But
Unless
can
you
come
want
out
us
and
to
talk-
look and acknowledge you as who you are, then that's fine as well.
This is definitely not a recording of your daughter. This is definitely not a recording of your daughter's voice. She's
Okay.
definitely inside this room.
I don't think she's coming out. I think she's gonna stay in her room.
Okay, well you know what?
We
What I
can
said
talk to her
earlier-
through the door. Yeah.
What I
She
said
definitely
earlier.
did not run to get clotheslined by a man in the woods.
Well, it sounds like she has a good head on her shoulders.
Legit.
Yeah.
What I'm-
Oh man.
Hey, Michael Heiman, you are the keeper of the sponsors for the Super Legit podcast. Do you have one for this
and
week's
one
episode?
cutie patootie.
And that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure do.
As the cutie patootie of this episode, can you play that ad for us?
Yeah, you
I
cutie
hope you're ready to
patootie.
get clotheslined by commerce.
Oh, yes, I am. There's the segue I needed.
Get that on a business card.
Do you like money? Do you like making big money? Big money is easy. It's so easy with advertising. With advertising, you can make money, and a lot of it. It's gonna be so easy. Just take it from us, advertising. With advertising, you'll be making money. It's gonna be like taking money from a listener. Your podcast will have money coming in all the time. Real, actual money that you can use for goods and services. Money with advertising. It can be overliminal, subliminal, midliminal, and all the which liminal you want. With advertising, you'll make money to use for the things you want, the things you need, and the things that you say, fuck if I know even what it's for, but I'm having it. Just listen to John Hamm, professional money maker and fake advertising maker. Yes, I am professional, handsome man John Hamm. I played a fake advertiser on TV, but I'm a real advertiser now for advertising. Please enjoy this fake thing that I'm doing as John Hamm. Advertising is the thing you want now. Enjoy a free trial of advertising today or your money back.
Hey, Michael, do you think you could do an impression of John Hamm if you had
No,
to?
absolutely not. No, it's too hard. Too hard.
Ah,
John Hamm's too hard.
you see why he makes the big bucks. Besides,
That's why they had to hire the actual John Hamm
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
that ad instead of having Michael Hyman do an impersonation of him.
It's true.
I could hear the velvet.
Yeah. That velvety smooth ad man. Mad
And I could smell
John
the
Hamm,
aqua
man.
velva.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
The Ham Man.
I'll say I have a hooky story that actually takes place at school, which is how nerdy my hooky was. But when I was in high school, I used to I used to steal my mom's Kent 100 cigarettes, and then
Bad boy.
I'm 16-year-old oh man, I need a cigarette. It's been so long, but I go in the back of the auditorium. In the backstage of the auditorium to smoke. Because I don't know why it seemed like that would be harder to detect than outside in the woods that surrounded our school. But so one time I go back and I light up a cigarette and then I hear the auditorium doors open. And I'm like, oh, I should just finish this off and then throw it out. And then I hear not just one person come in, but a whole bunch of people come in. And then I realized that there's a class full of people coming in. And then I realized, because this is one of the schools where it's K to 12th grade, it's a class of 6-year-olds, first graders coming in.
Oh my
And
god.
I am a deer in the headlights. I don't know what to do. Just standing there holding a cigarette, hiding from 35 first graders. And they come up and I hear the sound of Keds on cheap laminated pine stage, and then I hear a kid go, I smell cigarettes.
Oh.
And then I hear the sound of like 60 kids on Pinewood running. And they're running backstage to see who it is because it's the most exciting thing that's happened in their lives. So I take off because there's a back door that goes out. So I take off out the back door, down the stairs, and then and I can hear there's a class of first graders running behind me. And I sprint at full speed across campus. I'm sure being very hard to detect by everyone I've run past. And I go in in the gym.
I picture you with flailing Muppet
Yeah,
arms.
yeah. I'm screaming, I've been caught smoking. But I run in up the stairs to the building, all the way on the other side of the campus, and burst in the door, and it's the art room. And the art teacher, Sally Ashley, God bless her. I burst in panting, and she's like, "If you sit down and do some art, you're fine."
Oh, that's a good
And
teacher
5 minutes later, George Grubbs, the school security guy, comes in and "Have you seen somebody run through here?" She's like, she just points to everybody. It's like, huh?
Just
huh?
this painting Muppet.
He turns around and leaves, and which looking back on it, that's kind of how you enter a career in the arts.
That's
you run
rad.
screaming from something else in life.
It saves
and this
you
is the
from
one
something
thing that
worse.
will embrace you. But yeah, Sally Ashley, that's what art teachers are.
Heiman, so once again, I just want to say thank you for giving me and Jett a second chance and another year to do the summer camp thing.
I promise I won't fuck it up this time. Not promise. I hope. I hope not. I hope not to.
I'll be honest, Jett.
No, sorry, shouldn't have interrupted. Go ahead.
Jett, let's just let Josh finish. Maybe let him get out what he has to say.
Because I am not taking the blame for this one. Okay, last time it was me, and seeing if the kid with the allergy would hulk up. Okay, we could see how that was foolish. Okay, my bad.
And yet weirdly prescient.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm just saying, in a couple minutes you're gonna get a report about an arson. It's not really an arson. Technically it's a fire, but it's not an arson. But I want to say that even though I started the idea, it was Jett's idea by using reverse psychology on the kids to use the matches. There,
What?
I said.
I don't remember that happening, but I also can't deny that it did happen because I
That's
don't
what a
remember
fire
everything that
starter would
happened.
say.
So
Josh,
it's
are you
entirely
saying
possible.
you did an arson?
I didn't do an. No. Yes, I did an arson. It was me. It was me.
Is this some twisted Samuel L. Jackson Unbreakable shit right now? Where you're I'm gonna find the hero by being the villain kind of thing?
Anna, she's just so damn smart. She knows what she's doing. Every time. An alpha group. Every time. She's always the one putting out fires, helping kids out. She's got superpowers, man.
Okay. She's just
Man.
Okay.
I put out all the fires. It's,
Good job.
It's
And there
me,
wasn't even
Anna.
Good job, Anna.
And you put out all the fires?
I put out all of them. There were several, and I found.
I think we're gonna call you Firefighter. I feel like that's a great superhero name.
It's a little on the nose, but I love it. I love it, and I'll cherish it.
You know
At
what?
least you have a nose.
Great job, Anna. That's really great because, there's a lot of twigs around all the buildings, so literally everything would burn down if we had a real fire here. So good job.
Anna, just 1 second. If I could just have a quick quorum with you two.
Okay.
Just wait till you hear this question. Hey, Anna, tell us about all the imaginary fires you put out, or I'm sorry, invisible fires that you put out.
Wait, what? What?
Hold on a second.
Yep.
How do you know about the invisible fires?
I'm just saying, you keep mentioning during nap time you're putting out the invisible fires and you're running around everywhere.
You think she's talking in her sleep about fires, Josh, at nap time?
Sometimes my work, it affects my nap time, okay? It bleeds into my nap time, and I thought that day that you caught me, I thought that was between us. Why are you telling everybody? Why are you telling everybody? You trying to embarrass me because I put out the fires that you started?
Josh, what are you doing here?
Josh,
are you
making-
trying to discredit the firefighter?
Josh, telling children to keep secrets is deeply weird.
That's not what I said. I didn't give her any secrets. There was no secrets. I gave no secrets for her to hold on to. No, I see how this is going. I'm not going to be the fall guy.
Look, The Fall Guy is our tentpole movie for this year, and this is not even the script. We paid someone millions of dollars to write the script, and you've shot this all in a conference room at LA City College.
I mean, I feel realistically, as long as you get the phrase "the fall guy" into the film somewhere, you've done your job. That's it. So we worked it into the dialogue. We improvised the rest. We're done.
But this is a movie. It's not improvised. It's
scripted. I beg to differ.
They
this
have
one
an
is.
award for scripts that are written by script writers.
We're definitely not going to win that one. I'll tell you that much.
No, you're not.
Luckily, there's a few other categories that we could potentially get into, so we're fine. We'll just skip that one.
$1.5 billion on this movie that we are filming in
the year that we all
some
agree.
point in the mid-2020s, a time that I think we would all agree would be called the present.
Yes. And we learned from James Cameron that's how much you need to spend on a franchise to make that much money, right?
One of the Avatar, you spend $1 billion and you make almost $1 billion.
So what's the issue here? I'm still confused. It's like we made the movie. We're good.
Right. So my job is on the line. And this movie is a disaster. So here's the thing.
Agree to disagree.
We do have insurance on the movie. So it would be a shame if, I don't know, something were to happen to it.
You know, I got a guy.
All right.
I got a guy.
So, if I'm hearing this correctly, you want me to run through the background of everything real blurry like to mess up all the shots?
That's it. That's exactly what I was going for. Yep.
Okay, because me and my whole family, that's what we're known for. We can definitely do that.
Great. We got this, especially if you've got, a teen, because then at that point, if they're running naked through the shots, we definitely can't use that footage.
Oh my God, let me tell you about this teen I have.
Definitely not. I want to make it clear.
Oh,
definitely
wait,
can't use that footage.
Oh, you don't? Oh, I'm in trouble.
Legit.
I was very clearly calling an end to that one. That still would be the best Avatar movie. I think
I would love to know that someone was selling Bigfoot insurance to the studios.
that 100% that has been bought by at least one studio.
Yeah. Someone has done that in history, and I want to see the movie about the person who sells Bigfoot insurance to the movies.
Hey, guys, we went and saw Air,
right? Yeah, exactly. Yep.
We'll see boring people doing business. Come on.
So, a hooky story I can think of is this is not a school story because I was homeschooled. So I never left my home unless I was filming something.
So your entire school time was hooky.
I suppose you could say that. Yes, yeah, that is very true. But I did when I turned 18, I got a quote-unquote real job to kind of pad my income because my acting job was paying all the bills for the house I lived in with my mother. So it really didn't cover, say, my own, extra cash. So I got a job at Target when I was 18 in the what they in those days called Camera and Sound, which would be the electronics department these days. And I had to take a day off. At this point, I had moved out and was living with my eventual first wife. I had to take a day off to film a Doritos commercial. And that was not a thing that they were prepared for. I had told them I was working actor, but they didn't have the available time. So I had to call in sick from my, at that time, I think $7.55 an hour job at Target to go get paid $1,200 a day to film a Doritos Extreme commercial. And yeah, I had to, it ended up, it took longer. I remember I had to call in to tell them that I was sick. and put on my best I'm really sick voice. And I remember hearing from one of my coworkers after that like the manager was very convinced how sick I was because of just how sick I sounded on the phone call. I was like, wow, the powers of an actor in this situation should not be taken lightly.
Now you were playing hooky from work to film a
Yep.
Doritos commercial.
Yes.
And your work was a place that sells Doritos.
Yep.
Was there a moment when you appeared on a bag of Doritos giving up the game?
No, but there was a time that I was in a Kmart commercial during a commercial break of a show that I was also in. So, yeah, it's the closest I get.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Which, come to think of it, in a Kmart commercial, but eventually worked for Target. That is conflict.
Michael, may I come in quick? I just wanted to let you know that I am under the weather a little bit, and I'm going to be leaving early today.
Sure, yeah, that's fine. We don't want you to be sick and everything around people, so yeah, of course, go, take care of yourself.
I'm feeling so incredibly sick, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the show that I was going to be in tonight. I'm not in that anymore because I am so sick.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. You were working so hard on that for a while, but you know what? If you're that sick, you should probably just leave right now.
Oh, that's such a good idea. It's like...
Do you mind not coughing at me if you're that sick? That's really...
From my butt. I'm sorry, you're interrupting my sickness.
Oh, okay.
I was doing such a good role of being sick, and you interrupted it.
Okay, yeah.
If I could also jump in, from one actor to another.
What?
You're an actor as well?
Not only am I a co-supervisor, I am a co-actor.
Oh my god.
Now listen here, young woman. You cannot leave these premises under any condition. Any condition!
I must interject here.
Another one?
Because, of course, no one can leave these premises because there has been a murder.
Egats! We're sick and murder? Oh!
Yes, and any one of you may be the suspect, or perhaps even me. We cannot leave until we get to the bottom of this mystery.
This could be a big problem because as I mentioned, what time is it here?
You leave
pretty
that sick woman alone. Now,
Thank you.
I am a doctor who does medicine, and I can diagnose her
Work in the
as sick.
warehouse?
But we are not going to lose you. Not today. Not today.
Bravo! That was beautiful, beautiful. You're also an actor too, aren't
I
you?
am, I am.
Doctor, actor, and warehouse. I knew it.
I work in the stock room, but I've gotten. I feel like if you look at this one headshot, it has me in several different kind of uniforms.
All right, hey,
Now-
whoa, everyone,
No, you hold on, sir.
Okay.
Now, miss, if you can give us one, dare I say, maybe Oscar-winning real moment as to why you should leave, we would allow that moment for you, and you won't. Proceed.
I just want to make you feel good. Can I make you feel good? I just want to make you feel good. That's all I remembered from the scene, but
Okay, listen, everyone. We have a murder in this room and a dying woman, and I may have been playing the role of the befuddled employer, but I am also an actor.
You're doing it, Peter. You're doing it.
Well played. Legit. And legit.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
I was trying so hard to think of a hooky story,
Yeah.
but I never. The one time
Brag.
I did play. I remember I played hooky once, but it was like not really that special. So my high school went year round after my sophomore year. So I finished my sophomore year. They gave us a week off, and it's like, guess what? Go back to fucking school. And then I went back to school. So then my junior and senior year, I was in school July and August. My birthday's in August. So my junior year, I was like, okay, well, you know what I want to do? On my birthday, my friend Tim and I, we played hooky, and we went to Raging Waters.
Yo.
And it happened to be a Tuesday, which was at the time, like, we'd spent the previous 2 summers working at summer camp as junior counselors, and it happened to be the same day that people from the camp went to Raging Waters, so we got to run into them, which was kind of fun. But other than that, like, I never skipped school. We didn't have a senior ditch day, or if we did, I was not a cool enough senior to be in the know about it. I never drank in high school. I knew people who did, but I wasn't invited to parties. I was, yep, that was it. Yep.
Chopin.
Now, listen, kid, I know you're here to be at this water park on a Tuesday, and technically it's made for your demographic, but I'm going to cut you in. During the weekday days, the water park's kind of for, teachers on summer vacation. You don't want to come in here.
Oh, it's so curious to see how the other half lives.
Look, we come here to get away from it. All right.
I brought some vodka.
Finally.
Yo.
Oh,
Just
thank God.
pour
thought
it
there's-
straight into my mouth at
I
this
thought
point.
there-
I'm not even gonna. No pretense for me.
I thought there's no glass allowed in the water park.
It's a plastic bottle.
Cheaper
I
that way.
emptied out my Fanta and filled it with vodka instead.
Smart thinking.
She gets in bulk at Costco. It's honestly it does the job.
Yeah,
That's really all that
yeah,
matters.
fits
Plus,
the
what are you
salad.
going to do, Junior? You going to, arrest us or
It's a
something?
waste of good Fanta.
There's scientifically no way to waste Fanta.
And also, I feel like putting good and Fanta in the same sentence. I mean, come on.
It'd be called Ganta.
You see that
Legit.
slogan on it?
And that's how you watch an episode of the Super Legit podcast come to a screeching end in real time.
Please make that the show title. Ganta.
I think you've lost your privileges to name the show,
Yeah.
Josh Spence, after that. Michael Heiman, why don't you say the things we say at the end of an episode?
Thank you as always to Matt Walker for intro and outro music. This episode was hosted by Jett Kaufman, edited by Jett Kaufman and Chris Sanders, and co-hosted by me, Michael Heiman. Every scene you heard today was improvised on the spot, along with some of the ads, with only a light touch of editing for your comfort. If you're loving what we're doing, pause real quick and write a 5-star review before you close the app and tell your friends about us. If you want to submit your own very good questions for the show, private message us or tag us on Instagram, Facebook, or Threads, or you can email us at contact@superlegitpod.com. Tonight's regular cast included Josh Spence, Chris Compton, and our very special guest, Amy Berry. Amy, do you want to tell people where they can find you, listen to you, follow you, see things you do?
Yeah, I try to keep a low profile because of legal reasons, but if you want to find me on the internet...
Those cops out in Wisconsin still looking for you?
You betcha. You can get a hold of me on TikTok at AmyBurry1 until TikTok goes away, and then Burry0007 on Instagram. Make it very hard to be found.
That's 3 zeros. That's not a 007, that's a 007.
It's a 007. You got it.
Order of magnitude
Extra
less than
secret.
James Bond.
It sounds very Ganta to me.
Thank you for having me.
Want a Ganta? Don't you want a Ganta?
as the current host of the Super Legit podcast, can we all vote on how Amy Burry's stealth self-tape for future host went?
10 out of 10. Let's go.
Chris Compton?
Can we go higher than 10?
No.
I'm gonna give it a 000.
And then can we put a 1 in
Yep.
front of that?
All right. Well, unfortunately, between Josh's 10, Chris Compton's higher than 10, and Michael Heiman's 000, I think the 000 brings the average down to not a high enough score to take over as host. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Amy.
isn't that crazy? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Okay.
It's funny how the math worked out, but that is just how it works.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna double check that and come after you.
All right. You'll have to let us know your results on the next time you get.
You
to
might
the
have
show.
to raise your legal profile to make some action happen. Your move, baby.
And that's it for our show. Thank you all for joining me once again.
Thank you.
Hey, Jett.
Yeah, what's up, Josh?
Hey, buddy. I just want you to know. I think you are full of Ganta.
Thank you.
You can say I'm full of Ganta too.
I think you are definitely full of Ganta, Josh.
We've established Ganta is good.
All right, cool. All right, good. All right, good night, guys.
Can we have a loud record scratch come in every time somebody says Ganta?
I don't believe anything's on. Oh my time, I kicked the door on its hinges just so I could move on. Oh, oh,
Oh, thank you for putting up with us, Amy.
No, thank you.
for sure.
Thanks for having me. It was a blast.
Very fun.
I felt like very supported. You guys are all fun to play with.
Oh,
so,
thank
yeah.
you.
I loved your teenage Sasquatch.
Thank you.
Oh, that's going to be a great film franchise right there. With Teen Werewolf just basically done at this point, I don't think we're going to see any reboots of that. We'll just move on to Teen Sasquatch.
Yeah.
So long, Teen Wolf. Hello, Teen Squatch.
Yeah. Squatch.
Yeah. That's all right.
Working title.
You are really
working
not.
title.
Your portmanteaus
Right.
tonight, Josh, are just really not landing.
Squatch is a poorly selling 1980s athletic drink.
Guys, I'm showing you the basement. Okay, it's up to you to get to the floor.